Would you have a preference to scoring for film or video games?
I don't. I really enjoy both. They're different. They're unique, and I love playing picture, but I also love the video game environment. I love working, as I mentioned, with the video game teams. They're just such lovely people. So,
what are the three important things you learned by working in the game industry?
obviously, the technical skills and knowledge of how to work with interactive music. I think it was really critical to be and remain part of that community. And I go to the Game Developers Conference every year, and that really keeps me in with that community. And it seems like a smaller community that I don't feel as much community with the film composer community as I ever have with the game. So staying in touch with them, I think, is critically important. Not only the composers, but the whole audio world. So,
what do you do to maintain a healthy lifestyle between work and life and being mentally stable with all the pressure in this industry?
If I were mentally stable, what I would do, no, I try to exercise every day. That's critically important. Try to spend some time with my wife and son as well. Try to take some time off and just give myself a time to rest and get enough sleep.
You play game on your free time?
I have. I'm not lately. I haven't. Wait. Okay. I just loaded Plants vs. Zombies, which I played years ago back on my iPad, and I was playing it on the plane. So that's the only game I've been played recently.
Why gaming? Where did the love for game scoring come from?
I had to make a living and pay my bills.
What would you recommend to the young composers who really want to get into the game industry?
Meet the community, meet the people, because it is a different set of people from film or television. You can have tons of contacts in that industry and never talk to someone who does games. So it's critical to meet that unique group of people that hire composers, that work with composers, and become part of that community.
Who's your favorite composer?
Gustav Mahler.
When do you prefer compose? What time in the day?
Oh, well, I like to start in the morning, and I like to work until the phone rings. I'll tell you this, though. It's critically important. I don't like to end the day. I like to end the day with starting what I have to do tomorrow. Just the beginning, just the first note or two, just something, so I don't wake up to a completely blank page or like a blank computer screen and go, because then you can just sit around and maybe look at the news or whatever. So I love to have a start. So I love to start in the morning and then take a break in the afternoon and then come back in the evening and work till 10 or 11 o'clock at night, where I sort of can listen to what I did in the day and sort of fine-tune it and really make it as good as possible.
You have encouraged us to find our own voice.
Yes.
How would you define what makes you a different composer from the rest?
In my case, it was serendipitous. I think it was games that helped me, because I think my music was a little more generic before I started scoring games. And all of a sudden, I started to get these really unique games that asked for it. And I found my voice writing things like BioShock, where it was like these ancient loves of certain types of music, all which I never were able to use before, all of a sudden aggregated together, and I just found this really. So sometimes the voice is imposed upon you, in a way. Isn't that interesting?
So from all the games that you scored, which is your favorite storyline?
I think BioShock is pretty interesting, yeah.
If you could do a new, if there was a new game of the ones you did, version 2 or 3, which one would like to have the next version?
The next franchise of that game? Well, I'd like to do BioShock 4.
Right. Can you briefly describe your time schedule, daily schedule?
My daily schedule. Well, I get up at around 7:30 at the latest, read the news or just kind of sit and vegetate with a cup of coffee. But by 9 o'clock I start working and take a little break for lunch, get back to it. But around 5 I like to stop, hang out, have a little dinner with my family. But then again I like to start working again like around 8 or 9 and then go until even earlier, sometimes even 7:30, and go and work until 12, until I can't do it anymore, until I'm just too tired to work, and then go back to sleep.
What do you think your music would be like without aleatoric music? What would you be?
Well, I've
Same
written,
sort
I
of
probably, aleatoric would represent less than 3% of my total music written. So it would be like the other 97%.